Hi, my name is Ashley Bilo, and I'm a student at BYU, Idaho. And I was studying this week on what is my purpose as a teacher. That was my first question, and I was studying from the allegory of the cave, and actually discovered that teachers provide tools for students for them to be able to emerge from their caves. And so that was really like the beginning of my research into my purpose as a teacher. And I was also given some advice by a student in the class named Jessica Lighton that she said, I think our purpose as teachers is to use our abilities and knowledge to help others in their own progression. And I was also given some advice that we can't force understanding, but as teachers we facilitate understanding. And so that really helped me to better understand my purpose as a teacher. My second question this week was actually what can keep me on my path to becoming a teacher when times get hard. And so I was given some more advice that I need to make sure I focus on the good rather than the bad, and I need to believe that I can do hard things. And I found a quote that said, the prophet Joseph Smith loved learning, wrote George Buchanan. He loved knowledge for its righteous power through the tribulations which had surrounded him from the day when first he made known to a skeptical world his communion with the heavens. He had been ever advancing in the acquisition of intelligence. The Lord had commanded him to study, and he was obeying. His mind, quickened by the Holy Spirit, grasped with readiness all true principles, and one by one he mastered these branches and became in them a teacher. And so I really learned a lot from that and found some advice by Patricia T. Holland, who was actually the wife of Elder Holland of the Quorum of the 12. And she said, for us to be all that we can be, we need to, one, cherish your course and savor your own distinctiveness. Number two, shut out conflicting voices and listen to the voice within, which is God telling you who you are and what you will be. Three, free yourself from the love of profession, position, or the approval of men by remembering that what God really wants us to be is someone's sister, someone's brother, and someone's friend. And so everything I've learned so far really helped me to better understand that question. And so something else I was also studying this week, which was how does my divine nature help me to know who I am? And I found that if by understanding more about who I am to God and His purpose for me, I can better understand myself as a teacher and better understand how I can best help students. So I found a quote by President Dieter Uchtdorf, who said, God sent you here to prepare for a future greater than anything you can imagine. That future, a day at a time, comes alive when you do more than just exist. It comes alive when you live your life to fill the measure of your creation. This invites the Lord into your life, and you begin to let His will become yours. And so by reading that, I was really interested in learning more about fulfilling the measure of our creation. And Patricia T. Holland actually talked more about that, and she said, I believe that our desires and works are directed towards what our heavenly parents have intended us to be. We will come to feel our part in their plan. We will recognize the full measure of our creation, and nothing will give us more holy peace. And so, just to kind of wrap everything up and to tie it all together, Rosemary M. Wixom said in October 2015 in a talk called Discovering the Divinity Within, said, we know why we have come to this earth to help build His kingdom and to prepare for the second coming of His Son, Jesus Christ. With every breath we take, we strive to follow Him. The divine nature within each of us is refined and magnified by the effort we make to draw near to our Father and His Son, Jesus Christ. And so by learning all these things this week about my purpose as a teacher and understanding how I can get through the hard challenges of becoming a teacher, and then more focusing on who I am to God and His will for me, I just learned so much this week, and I'm really grateful that you were able to listen tonight. So thank you. Hopefully it helped.